Let's go somewhere warm, a place where the beer flows like wine, where beautiful women flock to like the salmon of Capistrano. I'm talking about a little place called Aspen. Alright, so a lot of people ask, what we pack in our packs for this excursion. Again, it's going to be over about 43, 44 kilometers, 27 miles, 8,000 feet of climbing, Maroon bells, 4-pass loop. Well, the first thing, pack's a map. If you don't have a GPX file, always better be safe than sorry. These are kind of water resistant. We know this loop really well. Obviously, we've done this a number of times for FKT attempts, but we're going to take it leisurely tomorrow. Weather's a bit iffy, so that changes what gear you wear, but standard, I got two 18-ounce bottles, extra 500 milliliter bottle here. We also have a water filter you could pull from the high country, but it's a little risky on this loop because there's so many animals. Sometimes it's better to, you could filter your water with a filter straw. This shoots out UV light beams, I believe, or UV rays, I should say. We've got the Vapor Car from Nathan. It's a 12-liter capacity pack, UTMB type of pack, so it could hold a lot in there. Also probably going to use their marathon pack, as well as an extra plastic bag since I'm taking the GoPro and the stabilizer stick. But yeah, I'll fill these with water, maybe add in some electrolyte mixed drink, and then yeah, hat and gloves, always key going into the high country. It could be really stormy, it could snow. These are Jewelbow Stunt sunglasses. I wear this model a lot, as well as the Stony. Yeah, and then jackets. You want to start usually with I'll start with a base layer, long sleeve base layer, keep you warm, something that you could take off. I'm also going to have a t-shirt on. Then a windbreaker type of jacket, real lightweight, easy to pack, fits in your pack really well, as well as more of a water resistant type of rain jacket. It could really dump on us up high at 12,000 feet. Don't want to mess around. That's like, I don't know, over 3,200 meters about. I'm not doing the math right there. And then, yeah, just starting from the bottom, I'm going to wear Speedgoat 2s. I don't have those on the bed. Compressed Sport R2 calf sleeves, make my calves feel nice and good. Also good thermal, as well as extra protection. And then Drymax socks, the Siege Runner model. Check it out, Drymax socks, very supportive. Got my own sock line of Drymax. That's just my t-shirt. And then with calories, you want to make sure you have extra calories. I've done this FKT in 4 hours and 27 minutes, but definitely going to pack a lot of these. This is My Spring Energy, enter code SAGE for 10% off. This is Sally's fifth flavor, the McCovery. It's actually really good, really hearty, chocolate flavored type of consistency, a little thicker, as well as the Hill Aid, which I've used a lot at like Lake Sonoma and Hong Kong and other races like that. I'll use at Speedgoat as well. Always fun to work with. GPS watch, using the Suunto Ambit Peak 3 Sport. I also use the Garmin. This has a longer battery life though, a little more heavy duty for these longer adventures. And what else? Oh, I'll probably pack some extra calories maybe, in case I want something else. Energy bars, we use Yugo bars, as well as Trail Butter. I don't have them out on the bedspread right now, but those would be extra. Definitely have some extra calories besides just those products, even though I know I could get by just on a couple of those. But yeah, it'll depend on weather, whether or not we bust out all this gear, but you gotta always check the weather. Make sure you have a way to get more drinking water, potable water, and a way to stay warm, because you can always take off layers. So it's the gear layout for this adventure run. He's just a little guy. long run. We'll try to. Maroon Bell's 4-pass loop, always a classic. Filmed this one a lot, including an FKT attempt. Starting outside of Aspen, Colorado here. It's over 27 miles with, I don't know, like 8,000 or 9,000 feet of climbing. 4 passes over 12,000 feet in altitude. Most people hike this over the course of 3 days or so. But beautiful trails, chance of thunderstorms and rain. So we'll see how that pans out, but getting in some good long training runs at high altitude. Oh, I'll link to my other Maroon Bell's 4-pass videos at the end of this video too, so you can see what it looks like on more clear days. Let's get up there. Oh yeah, I should also put this in context with last week's training week. Did hit 140 miles, about 28,000 feet of climbing, so good training week, nice and tired from that. Did a harder all uphill, up-tempo workout above Boulder, well above Nederland. It's my go-to before Speed Goat. I actually ran it faster than I did before I did Speed Goat 2 years ago, so that was a good sign. On tired legs. I think the high-intensity climbing segment I did training for Mount Washington Mountain Block Marathon helped, mixing it up with the short hill repeats, higher intensity stuff. So now it's about extending long climbing range endurance, which is totally different. And I learned that at the Mountain Block Marathon the hard way. So that's why we do big miles, big vert, still mixing in some intensity though, high altitude pushes, get the leg strength up, keep the lug strength up, and yeah, learn to suffer well. Alright, so here we are at where the loop officially starts. I believe it goes off to Crater Lake over there, but we're going to do this loop counterclockwise. Buckskin Pass first. So yeah, the loop starts and ends here. It's about we're only 1.75 miles in. That little appendage, it's the main hike people like to do, day hikes up to the lake here. But now we start to climb, already at altitude. Legs are feeling it. Like I said before, you know, last week's big week. This week I haven't decided if I want to try to match that. I got a little behind. Didn't start out with quite the volume, but same time I don't want to overdo things, so I am playing things by ear. There's a big jump in vertical climbing and mileage and time on feet, so it's the biggest training week of my life in terms of time on feet. Almost 25 hours of training, of running. So yeah, like I said though, in college, training for a 10K and a marathon, ran up to 150 miles a week, but that was all flat. That was all flat roads and trails that you know, without doing high intensity workouts as much. So this is a little bit different ball game, and you gotta take that altitude training stress into account for sure. Not overdo things, especially before Speed Goat. Should be a loaded field with Hoka teammate Tim Tollefson, third at UTMB last year, as well as two-time Olympian Anthony Flamighetti. Sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name probably. He's Olympian in the steeplechase, ran like 8:15 or something, 3K steeple, 63-minute half marathon guy, I believe. But getting into ultras, signed up for Run Rabbit Run. So really cool to see an idol like that out there. Used to watch his film, I believe it's called Run Reckless. He's got a website, Run Reckless. Super inspiring to see guys training for, you know, Olympic trials, Olympics, 3K steeple. Saw him run at Penn Relays. Just a super fast guy, hard worker, clean sport advocate. So look forward to seeing guys there. But honestly, I think the women's field probably at Speed Goat is even more loaded. So be fun times out there in 2.5 weeks. Let's get this training run done though. Oh man, look at this. Woo!
power hiking tutorial without poles. Again, I'm not an expert at this. A lot of people are much better power hikers than me, but hands on thighs, you're pushing down. Your hands, you're leaning forward, trying to keep your head up so you could still breathe. Cadence is gonna be a little slower than if you're running uphill, but it's still you still wanna keep it fairly fast. Kind of dig your heels in, you also pull with your hamstrings a bit. That's why it's a different muscular stress than trying to run uphill. And a lot of people ask, when do I notice transition? Well, it depends on how long of an ultra race you have. It depends on how good you are at steep grades, but generally when you know you could probably hike faster than you could run, that's a sign people are passing you hiking. Or if you're in a long ultra race, say over 50K or 50 miles, has a ton of climbing, you want to pace yourself. So power hiking on a lot of uphills is a good way to pace yourself. If your breathing's getting pretty ragged and your legs hurt from running, you mix it up like that. So got Sandy a rock for this part to self-arrest, but she's already made it across. Definitely don't want to fall here. I guess I'll use the rock for myself. A little bit of a chute. Don't want to go down. It'd be a fast acceleration on this snow. It's actually pretty slick and hard still, so I wanted to make sure you got good traction. The speed goats. Good old trustworthy speed goat too. Ooh, whoa. It's a little bit of a pitch. Hiker with a big backpack on warned us of this pitch. He said it was extremely dicey, so that's why I got the rock in case you have to self-arrest. Always good for the mountain conditions. You never know. I'm not a mountaineer at all. I don't try to be. I don't pretend to be. Better always to be safe than sorry, though. So take extra precaution, especially if you're clumsy and uncoordinated like I am. Beautiful view of Snowmass, though. Look at that. I rerouted the trail. This is a new part. Babe, I got you a rock. This one's a good shape though. I think this part's less dicey though. Woo, yeah, look at that view. We haven't even gotten close to the top of the second pass yet. Trail Rider, one of my favorites. My faves. Gotta keep an eye on the weather. Thunderstorms are definitely supposed to roll in this afternoon, so that's the biggest concern. Got rain jackets, got rain gear. Hard to protect against lightning though, especially when you're exposed up at 12,000 feet or 3,300 meters or whatever that is. Is that right? 3,000 meters, maybe more. Let's see, times 9, 4,000 meters? Not 4,000 meters. It's like, oh shit, it's like 3,600. Yeah, 3,600 meters maybe. 12,000 feet. Should probably plug that into a calculator. Sorry guys, haven't done math for a long time. The snow. Icy. Slow conditions this year. will ford the stream at a strenuous pace on meager rations. It's gonna be cold, babe. It's just gonna be cold. It's pretty deep too. Oh man. Oh, it's cold. It is cold. That is a cold mountain stream. See, the thing is, usually it's pretty hot at this point in the run, but because of the cloud cover today, it's not a super hot day, so it's not as refreshing as it usually feels, and your feet just get super cold. Your socks are soaked. But the water is squishing out the Speedgoat 2 a bit. It's got some drainage port. But yeah, no, your feet definitely get cold. A little cold, a little heavy. That's the way it goes though. Beautiful wildflowers. Just love it out here. Waterfall. Far away. Mud bog. It's the theme of the second part of the run. A lot of mud from all the snow melt. That Speedgoat 2's dirty. This gutter of a climb up to Frigidaire Pass. Last big climb, and then it's a little bit down before the last pass. Forgot what it's called. Rolling thunder, hear my cry. Heard some thunder. Felt some precipitation. Hopefully we could get out of the top of the third pass in Frigidaire here before it rains and lightnings. Don't have to put on too many layers. Then get down that fourth pass as quick as possible. May I call you Phil? Phil the groundhog? Is it Groundhog's Day? How about Mickey the Marmot? Alright, so we're coming up top of Frigidaire Pass. It is getting cold because it is raining, which means I might have to put this GoPro in my little plastic baggie and put on one of those jackets, layers jackets. Yeah, put on my rain jacket. Get ready for some precipitation. That cloud over there looks formidable. Yeah, no messing around. Putting stuff away, getting out of 12,000 feet because we're exposed up here. We're exposed up here, and yeah, there's rolling thunder and lightning. What a great view though.